Spanish 4, Contemporary Life, Vocab 106 through 110. Flight is vuelo. How are we going to remember that? Well, think back. Volar is to fly. Everybody say volar. Volar, which looks like velocity. Flight is a function of velocity, speed. If you get a table going fast enough, it'll fly. If you get a cow going fast enough, it'll take off and fly. So if you can remember that to fly is volar, it makes flight, vuelo, fairly easy. Now notice it's a boot verb. The O changes into UE. Now vuelo means two things like most Spanish words. It means I fly, and it also means flight. Just like desayuno means I eat breakfast or breakfast. All right, so directo is direct. No one misses it. It's the same in Spanish except you add an O. But notice it's backwards. English we say direct flight. In Spanish we say flight direct. To think or to reason is discurrir. Now think. We've also said that pensar is to think. We talked about if someone's pensive, they're thinking. Or if a boy sticks a pencil in his mouth during a test, he's not hungry, rather he's thinking. Girls play with their hair and boys put pencils in their mouth, and I know they're thinking. Well, which is better, discurrir or pensar? They're both good. Now, how are we going to remember that discurrir also means to think or to reason? Before I discuss something, I try to think about it. Or before we discuss something, we should reason and consider all the options. In English, we have two words. We have ceiling, which is on the inside of the building, and roof, which is on the outside of the building. In Spanish, they have one word. Everybody say techo. Techo. To me, it looks like thatched. Think about in olden days, like in Africa and India, people didn't have wooden roofs on their houses. They had thatched roof. So if you can think about a thatched top of a building, techo is roof and ceiling. Now, engineer is engeniero. Almost the same word. It shares 6 of the same letters. What puzzles me is that the ending is ERO. Normally, ERO or ERO in Spanish means entry-level skill, a job you can do with less than a week training. Example, babysitter, niñero, ends in ERO. Waiter, mesero, or camarero. But to become an engineer obviously takes more than a week of training, so I've never really understood why engineer is engeniero. Let's go ahead and do a post quiz. I will cover up the Spanish, take a few moments, look at the English, and say the Spanish equivalents, or even better, write them down to make sure you can spell them. This has been Spanish 4, Contemporary Life, Vocab 106 through 110.